Some people would tell you Good Shepherd is a kind and loving church. We welcome all people with open arms. That's community. One of the ways we follow the teachings of Jesus is to share our blessings with neighbors. Again, community. We have taught English language learners, sent more than 100 local students through college, and provided rent and meals to families in crisis. All of it supported by funds raised at the Bazaar barn.
It's a simple concept. People donate what they don't need, and people who need it buy it. The proceeds go into our outreach budget to support the efforts of local charities, never to pay for any church expenses. 2020 brought us COVID, and COVID brought new rules about gatherings. No longer able to host the annual auction and bazaar, we began opening the storage warehouse on weekends. The bazaar barn was born, and sales soared. We were granting over $150,000 into the community, making us one of the largest funders in the area. But very soon, we had to face the facts. The warehouse, shed, and multiple satellite storage locations left much to be desired. We were spending thousands of dollars for additional storage space. To grow our ministry any further, we really needed a new facility. After much praying, a little debate, and an extensive search, we found the right property. It ticked all the boxes for now, and gives us room to grow in the future.
Hi, I'm Rainier Finley. One of the things I like about Jam is it helped me improve tremendously throughout my violin career. I'd like to thank the Church of Good Shepherd very much for helping to make that possible. Thank you.
So now to answer the big question. How much does it cost? And how do we pay for it? A capital campaign. Here's the good news. We're off to a great start. Knowing this was coming, we had been putting money aside from our budget for a while and managed to accumulate $275,000. Our goal is to satisfy the mortgage within 2 to 3 years, giving us the opportunity to increase annual community grants each year. It's a big effort. We're a great team, and when we're working together as a community, we're putting the action into reflecting God's love through our faith in action.
I am the board president of Cashers Valley Preschool. It serves a very essential part in the community. Right? We know that if you remain in education, you're much more likely to become a contributing member of that community. So this is where it starts. The enrollment numbers started to dwindle. So we called an emergency board meeting, and we're faced with the decision of whether to figure out a way to stay open or to close. The idea of it closing was scary and would have been, extremely unfortunate. Church of the Good Shepherd got wind of what was going on and reached out and said, we'd like to help. The church helped financially as well as in other ways to make sure we were successful. Without them, none of this would have been possible. Having a partner like Church of the Good Shepherd, it gives you the confidence to be able to know that you have somebody in support of what you're doing. The financial aspect is great, but the support of your direction and your purpose is even better. And so I would say that if you're a nonprofit, partner with organizations like Church of Good Shepherd.
Just think about it. 40 years ago, people gathered here in Heinz Hall and said, if we sell a few things, we can make some money and give it back to the community. And they did. And over the next 40 years, it grew, and what they gave back to the community was $2 million. And it's actually more than money that they gave. They gave energy, and they gave faith, and they helped build not only this church community, but the Cashers community. And really, it's built all around what Jesus has taught us in the parable of the sheep and the goats, about caring for people in need. I was sick, and you came to my bedside. Or by extension, I was dying, and you came to be with me. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was in prison, and you came to visit me. And by extension, I'm in legal trouble, and I need some help. Where do we go? How do we care for each other in this community? And now with our Bazaar and our outreach, we are heading into new and wonderful territory in this new building as this ministry has continued to grow. Skip Ryan and the barn board have done a great job leading the way and making so many plans and renovations. The barn is filled with volunteers. It's filled with great donations and wonderful sales. So if we have a smaller mortgage, and if we can keep that mortgage for a shorter period of time, we'll be able to increase what we can give and contribute into this community in ways that we don't even know. We've been led by the Spirit. We have been led by what Jesus said in Matthew 25 all along the way. And the vestry, as we've thought about it and done these things, we said, let's make a pledge ourselves, and 100% of them said yes. The barn board, let's make a pledge ourselves, and 100% said yes. The Outreach Grants Committee, 100% said yes. Linda and I have made our pledge, along with many others, and now prayerfully and thoughtfully we hope that you will too. All pledges matter. Some might pledge 50,000 or 20,000 or 10,000 because that's what they can do. Some may pledge 50 or 500 because that's what they can do. But it's the community working together to build up this ministry and to continue the great work of the Bazaar and outreach, the work that we do in sharing God's love in this community through our faith in action.
We made our pledge.
I made my pledge.
I made my pledge.
Okay, I've made my pledge.
We made our pledge. How about you? We made our pledge.
I'm Ginger Dempsey, and I've made my pledge.